Hey everybody, just want to create this quick little video while I'm eating my delicious bowl of instant noodles for lunch. One of the questions I get a lot is how do you know what to include in your homepage? The common thinking about creating a homepage is that you want to have everything your audience might need to know all on one page. You need to give them access to all these different paths and all this different information. You need to lead them from one stage of awareness all the way through to purchasing. And my philosophy on it is a little bit different. I think that the homepage, if you take a step back, plays a different role in conversions than I think we give it credit for. So let's take an example of a B2B homepage. So you are, let's say you're like a security services provider, right? You do IT security, you help protect local networks from like being hacked or stuff like that. And you are thinking, okay, I need to put all this stuff on my homepage because I have to win my customer with my homepage. Well, the reality is most of your clients aren't coming from a random Google search to your homepage to buying from you. Most of your clients are probably coming from, hey, I met you at this event the other night. You mentioned your company has a need for some network penetration testing. So I figured I could help you out with that. That person to whom you gave the business card will then probably check out your URL. And what they're really looking for isn't to be told the whole story all the way through. You've already got a relationship. They're already aware of the problem they have, and they're aware that there is a solution and that you offer the solution. So all you're really doing at that point in their journey is winning their trust. The conversation started offline, you're continuing it online, and that should change how you do copy and how you do design and what kinds of information you include on your homepage. So another way I see this a lot is with like copywriters. Most copywriters over design their websites because what they're counting on is an outdated idea of SEO. It used to be you could create a page and you could stuff it with keywords and you put it on the internet and then Google would send traffic to your site without any effort on your part. Those days are long gone, and there are more people who are better and spend more money in SEO than you, probably competing on a lot of the same keywords you are. So unless you have a budget to continually maintain SEO, to do SEO style outreach and build link profiles for guest posting, which you can do, unless you have those things, it's probably better to see your website as a step in a bigger journey that's mostly offline or maybe mostly off your website, I'll say, because you could connect with somebody on LinkedIn, for example, or on Facebook or some other social platform. Maybe you're connecting on a mutual Slack group or something, and you're doing the same thing as you would just handing them a business card. You're saying, oh, you've got this problem? Well, let me send you a link to a website that shows I am who I say I am. And you can trust me because I've got a nice, attractive place that proves I can do what you want me to do. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great, but I'm working with like a software platform, or I'm working with a product, or I'm working with something where we are doing paid traffic, where the conversation isn't going to be person to person, and where we definitely are needing to have some sort of salesmanship on our site. And that's okay too, because what you want to do is plan out your customer journeys. You want to make sure that what you're planning considers your sources of traffic. So are you getting paid traffic from Facebook or from Instagram ads or from Google ads? Where's your paid traffic coming from? They shouldn't be just dumped on your homepage. When you're taking paid traffic from somewhere, when they go to your homepage, they should have a message that continues the conversation that you've started with your ad. So say, for example, I'm going to use the new Kajabi site that we just launched as an example for this. Okay, we know that most people coming to this page probably have some idea of what Kajabi does. We know that a lot of people who come to Kajabi are referrals. This is based on our data. They're referrals from other Kajabi users, or they're looking at different options and have heard from somebody about Kajabi or something like that. We give them a clear, direct path to the most important information they want to know. They want to know pricing. They want to start, and then we want them to start a free trial. However, if it is somebody who isn't knowledgeable enough about what Kajabi does, or they're not sure based on the referral alone, we give them the opportunity to learn more. And this is where we give them the whole story, right? Your business before, after, you're using lots of like proof and testimonials, leading people through. And then we dive into, here's what you get when you sign up. Again, this is for somebody, we know that they might have some idea, they might have no idea. And so we need to explain it to these people in a way that kind of meets both of those use cases. So we go through and explain it. It's very you focused. Here's what you get. Here's the outcome you get, the future pacing there. Here's what it replaces, trying to make that clear. And you'll notice that every single one of these breakdowns, we're focused on the single call to action we want them to do. I think working in enterprise, especially working in higher education, one of the things that I ran into was everybody feels their aspect of the program is very important and they want it represented on their site. For example, when I was running a website for a law school, the professors thought people chose to go study at that university because of the faculty. But the people running the centers and the programs thought that what they were offering was why people came to school there. And so there was this constant butting heads about who gets to be placed where on the homepage, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you're a student who's just trying to learn about what your law school experience could be, you don't really care about either of those things. What you want to know is, well, what's my experience going to be here generally? How do I apply? What's my pre-application information? You're not going to be so concerned about individual names, about professors you're going to study under, or individual centers that you're going to participate with. You're going to want to know generally what quality of faculty. Hey, we have great faculty. They have lots of awards, and you're going to have these hands-on experiences while you study law. Recommunicating that information in a way that's audience focused, in this case students, was much more effective and dramatically increased our conversion rates over the traditional model, which is, here's an enterprise menu, there are more options than when you go out to a sushi restaurant. Good luck trying to figure out what you're going to do. So here, going back to this Kajabi page, everything start free trial, start free trial, start free trial. Very, very clear what we want people to do. We want people to start a free trial. Here they can download apps and stuff. That's really more a social proof, just to prove that our apps are legit and they're actually on the App Store. So that was a choice. Start free trial. Oh, look, social proof. They need proof that they're not alone in this. The people who they know and respect and recognize have used this platform. They need to know they're going to get support once they start free trial. If they haven't clicked start free trial by here, this is where you introduce additional proof. Or additional points of argument to show, hey, we're here for you. We're here to help you succeed. Again, start free trial. So I really like this. I know that I did it. I know this is a little bit like self-indulgent to say this is a good example of a homepage. But I think the thing is, you want your homepage to have a single key action. That's what this all boils down to. And to understand what that key action needs to be, you need to take a step back and look at your entire user journey. Offline, online, what happens on the site, what happens after the site. Then, once you know what that journey is, you need to design your copy and your content and your visuals all around pushing the audience towards that one thing. So when somebody comes and says, oh, I want to include all this information on my homepage, I want to include all these links to different features and stuff, I am very wary of that. We do have landing pages on Kajabi for the pages, right? There is a Kajabi pages site. There is an email page that we're creating. Right now, we found that it's actually better just to keep people on this. Keep the conversation simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Have it just all on a single page so that people don't have to click off, get bored, get lost. So hopefully it helps you think about your audience journey in a little bigger picture. My goal is to help you think bigger about your work, especially if you're like a copywriter or a visual designer. You're not just somebody who's creating something that looks and sounds cool. You're helping shape what the journey looks like, helping shape what the journey feels like, which means you are the steward of your customer. And you are the person who helps determine whether or not they're going to be successful in solving their problem. So when somebody comes back to you and says, hey, I want to add all this extra crap on the homepage that'll distract people, you can take a step back and you can say, okay, what problem are we trying to solve? Would this extra information help them solve that problem? Or could it possibly be a distraction that we don't want them to maybe indulge and thus get lost and walk away feeling confused and still not having their problem solved? I highly recommend reading about the Jobs to be Done framework. It talks about how the stuff we create in business is all about doing a job for our customers. You can learn more about that. There's so many resources online and there's books about it. That's been really helpful in thinking about how we're trying to sell outcomes. We're not selling features, we're selling the benefits, right? Don't sell the springs in a mattress. Sell the good night's sleep you're going to get when you rest. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out, and good luck.